Hello everyone, my name is Nuvola and welcome to a new video. Today we're building an axolotl aquarium. A place to hold all of your axolotls that you've gathered all around the world and where you can breed them to create even more axolotls. Why? Well, first of all, they are super cute and you can also use axolotls in some of your farms. Mainly a squid farm, which is one of the builds I want to create on the short term. It can be built in both Bedrock and Java edition. You can find the material list in the description below. Outside we have an anvil here with some storage where you can keep some name tags that you can use to name your axolotls to make sure that they don't despawn. And you can store some buckets with tropical fish inside of them that you can use to breed more axolotls. Now once you've gathered your axolotls, you can go inside of your snow globe, aquarium. Inside you will find your axolotls in an aquarium that you can decorate pretty much any way you like. I've constructed a conduit in the middle to make sure that I don't drown when I'm in here. And I've used some corals, some drip leaves, some lily pads and a bunch of decoration that you can find in lush caves up above. Now if you want to take a look from above, you can also do that by climbing these ladders where you can find your way to a balcony. From here you can inspect all of your axolotls and you can also look to the outside and have a look all around your world. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So without further ado, let me show you how to build this. Let's go! Here you can see the layout of the build. The smooth stone indicates the maximum diameter of the glass globe that we're going to create. That's also what we're gonna start with. And to help you out with this, there's a website. I will link to that in the description below. It's called Plots Modeler and you can use it to create spheres. This will greatly benefit you when you're building this layer by layer. I'm also following this website whilst filming this video. And I will show you images of each of the layers that you need to build. Now, as you can see in the video, I'm using white glass for this. Now, if you want to use normal transparent glass or any kind of color, feel free to do so. It's your build and make it look the way you like it to. I'm using white glass because I really like the contrast with the surrounding areas. But I think that normal glass or, for example, light blue glass would also look very nice. Now, of course, you can always build a smaller or a bigger sphere. You can easily change the diameter using the Plots Modeler website if you think that this is either too big or too small for your world. Adjust to your liking. Just make sure that if you make it smaller, that you shrink everything with it as well, and that you will have less space for a bunch of axolotls. If you make it bigger, then do note that you will need a bunch more materials and that it might interfere with, let's say, the rest of your world, because it's going to be pretty big and it will take quite a bit of space. We're actually starting with the hardest part of this build, so once you've built the glass dome, you're already done with the hardest part. So good luck and I will see you on the other side once we finished the sphere. Okay, there we go. We've got a sphere with a diameter of 21 blocks. Now we need to connect the sphere to the ground. So we're going to build the foundation. For this, start by placing down stripped spruce on the 4th level from the ground up. So that's right here. And then at the front side of the building, place down 5 blocks in a row like this. And connect the stair to it at the side. Place down 2 more stairs like this. Then place a stripped spruce block again, 2 more stairs like this, and make your way around using upside down stairs. What you want to do is you want to cover this entire layer with spruce or if you're building with a different block, your block, for example, this would also look great using acacia or copper. I'm using spruce because it's an easy to gather material. Anyway, make your way around. Then when you get back to the front, I actually placed these wrong. I'm sorry about that. Let's adjust this. There we go. Now you can connect the front to the ground like this, and then underneath all of the stairs we're going to place a stripped spruce block on the floor as well. Again, make your way all around. Then, once you're all the way around, we're going to place stairs again. Pretty much the same way as we did on the 4th level, just now on top of the spruce. Again, make sure that the entire thing is sealed, and when you get to the single block right here, place down another stripped spruce block on top of it. Okay, there we go. Now there should be a 1 block gap between the glass and the spruce that you placed. On this level, place down moss and, for example, some mossy cobblestone or any type of colored block that you really like, and place these inside of the gap that we have right now. In between the stripped spruce blocks, place down some mud brick wall to connect those up. And again, make your way all around. Now, to connect the globe a little bit better to the foundation, place down some upside down stairs next to the spruce columns with the mud brick walls and underneath the sides right here. You can also do this at the ground level. This really anchors it to the ground, makes it a little bit sturdier. Now at the front we are going to create a staircase using stripped spruce wood, like this. And then place mud brick stairs on top. Now we will have to delete some of the glass to make an entry right here. So delete these 3 levels. Then place down stripped spruce columns with an upside down stair in between, 2 upside down stairs attached to the columns with a spruce trapdoor in between. This can also be a slab. And then place down a weathered copper door, because I think that the color really goes well with the mud. Next to this stairway, place down spruce stairs like this, connect one to the bottom of it, and then make your way down towards the surface. The spruce stairs should be 1 level higher than the mud stairs. So this gives you a nice sort of railing up the stairs. Now you want to repeat that on the other side as well. There you go. Now to make the entry a little bit bigger, you're going to place some trapdoors surrounding it. We will need to delete some glass for this again. You can place an upside down stair on top of it. Do this on both sides. There you go. That makes the entry look a little bit more fitting to the build, I think. Now to decorate this globe a little bit more than just having a plain white globe, we're going to place some spruce stairs and trapdoors around the outer, let's say, slice of the sphere. This is just a very tiny detail, but it does a lot for the build. You want to repeat that on all sides. So do this 4 times in total. We're now going to work on the inside for a little bit. Grab a bunch of clay and fill in the, let's say, first 3 or 4 floors inside of the globe. Because axolotls live in the lush cave systems, and those exist mainly out of clay, I think it's fitting to use clay as a soil inside of this aquarium. Make sure that it doesn't look too symmetrical on all sides, because it will look artificial and we want it to have a natural look. Once you're happy with how the clay looks, you can grab yourself a couple of water buckets. Now this middle part is a new water source, and you can use that to fill in the rest of the space at this lowest level. After that you want to make your way all around the second level and work your way up all the way to the, let's say, halfway point at level 11. You now have a filled aquarium. Now, to make sure that I don't drown inside of this aquarium, I like to build a little conduit inside of it, using some prismarine blocks and a conduit which you can get from nautilus shells and a heart of the sea in the middle right here. Now when we place the conduit, it should, there we go, now you can breathe underwater and work on the rest of your aquarium. I like to light up the place using some sea pickles, and then I decorate it using some small drip leaves and big drip leaves that go to all different levels, some reaching to the surface and some just reaching a couple of levels above the ground. You want to vary as much as possible with these lengths because it adds a lot of dynamic to the view when you're in here. Use some bone meal to create some seagrass, and if you didn't know, you can also create this on top of the prismarine. I think that looks really nice. And if you have some laying around, I would add some coral blocks because it adds a splash of color to the aquarium. Now, of course, coral is not in lush cave systems, so if you want to recreate a lush cave, then feel free to do so. It's your aquarium, so you can do whatever you like with it. I like to finish it off using some lily pads on top of the water and hang some glowberries from the ceiling, and if I have some laying around, I'll also use some vines. This results in different shades of green inside of your globe. It's just very pleasant to the eye. Make sure you don't overdo it, because these will grow, and then if you have a lot of vines and a lot of glowberries hanging around, your entire globe will be green. So make sure that you have some shears laying around, so every now and then you can do the required maintenance to keep your aquarium clean, just like you need to do in real life. So this next part is optional, but I think that it adds a lot to the build. You can replace the glass blocks inside of the outer slices that you've surrounded with the spruce for glass panes. This adds a little bit of depth to these outer slices and adds a lot to the build, I think. However, it does imply that you need to deconstruct a bunch of the glass. That's a very expensive block. So make sure that you do this with Silk Touch so that you can use the glass that you get back to create these glass panes. Of course, you want to do that to all sides. And as you can see, it just creates a little bit of shade on the outer slices, and I think that that adds a lot to the build. The next part is optional as well. If you want to break up the globe a little bit, you can create a small balcony on the side. You can do this on any side you like. I'm just doing it on the front. Create some space by deleting some of the glass blocks again. I'm starting on level 14, I believe. Place down some upside down stairs at this location and place down some slabs next to those. You can then place some temporary blocks and connect oak trapdoors to this. Skip this one because we'll place the trapdoor from the inside. And there you go. Place down some spruce fences on the sides like this, 3 levels high. And then you can place spruce stairs on top, just like so. Place down 2 more right here. Connect some slabs to it. And then some trapdoors next to that. There you go. Now you have a little roof on top of your balcony. And I think that it can use just a little bit more on top of this roof. So place down some more. Do I like this? Yeah, I like this. Yeah, there we go. Of course, feel free to do this any way you like. Now to make sure that you can get up there, place down some ladders in the corner right here. Surround that with some more slabs. And I don't really like the glass right here, so I'm going to delete those as well. Replace those for spruce, just so that it's uniform. Surround the inside with trapdoors as well, so that you don't fall off. Put a trapdoor on top of the ladder and there you go. You now have a balcony from which you can look to your axolotls and that you can use to look outside. Some of the final things to do is to place down some leaves all around the top of the globe. Use some moss carpets as well. This helps in selling the idea that this thing has been here for a while, and also it uses some of the blocks that you can get from the lush caves. I'm using Azalea Leaves for this one, just because it fits the theme. Again, make your way all around the building. Now to make sure that no mobs will spawn around the globe when you're near it, you can use some lighting like lanterns or glowberries for example. Place some of these around the lower half of the globe. And again, to sell the idea that this build has been here for a while, replace the ground surrounding the globe with coarse dirt so that you can really see that this has been built here. Some of the final details is to create a little bit of storage around your aquarium where you can keep all of the food and name tags and maybe some axolotls in buckets, and you can create a pathway from here to the globe and from your globe to the rest of your world. Make sure that you light up the balcony as well. You can place some potted plants if you like. And at the entry, make sure that you place down some lanterns as well. And that's pretty much it. Now you can grab your axolotls and get yourself a lot of buckets of tropical fish so that you can create more axolotls. And let your new friends loose in their new home. Look at how happy he is. Make sure that you name your axolotls to make sure that they don't despawn. There we go, that's Axie. There goes Lotl. Now we still got Quagmire. And last but not least, Wumpus. Hi Wumpus. Enjoy your new home. Now for some reason when I place down an axolotl in a bucket, it always becomes a pink one. But as you know, there are 5 different colors of axolotl. So good luck in getting all 5 colors. I've heard that the blue one is quite elusive. Have fun, enjoy your new build, and yeah, that's it for me. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the tutorial. Leave a comment if you have any questions or suggestions. And Java world downloads are available for YouTube members and patrons. If you want a world download on Bedrock, there are some tools around that you can use to convert Java worlds to Bedrock worlds. If you need help with the build, do note that we have a Discord server with a help channel with over 1600 people in there that are willing to help you out. And other than that, I wish you a great day and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers!